Today is part 2 of my under eye series discussing dark circles. Genetics, facial structure, allergies, alcohol, fatigue, these can all play a role in the appearance of dark circles. But another factor that is often overlooked is sun exposure and improper protection. So it is really important to make sure to protect your whole everything, but especially around your eyes. Another factor, of course, is aging. And as we lose collagen, especially in this area, the skin starts to thin and it's a lot easier to see those dark blood vessels underneath the skin surface, as well as bone structure changes and the loss of bone. So when that happens, our orbital area starts to widen, and underneath we start having a little bit more of a hollowing effect under our eyes. So I take a multi-pronged approach when dealing with my under eyes, and that involves lifestyle, skincare routine, and makeup application. So as far as lifestyle changes, I really try to eliminate or at least reduce things that I do have control over. So like I have allergies, so I do have to take a daily antihistamine. I put sleep as a priority, as well as I have just recently added vitamin K to my supplementation arsenal. So what vitamin K, it actually does a couple of things in that it helps with the appearance of dark circles, but it also helps with the reduction of bone loss. For my skincare routine, as I mentioned earlier, sun protection, of course, is key, but so is really making sure to cleanse your skin before you go to bed. So when we are going out and about for our day, there's a lot of things that start to accumulate on our skin, including dust, pollen, pollution, that sort of thing. So if we don't properly clean that off of our face, it can really irritate not only our eyes, but the skin as well. It's also beneficial to find certain products that contain caffeine, because caffeine will actually help constrict those blood vessels and help with the appearance of your under eyes. I also include ingredients, both supplementation as well as in my skincare routine, that contain collagen. And this will also it benefits everything, your whole body, but also the area around your eyes. Those are things that I do have some control over. But there are other factors that I don't have any control over, like genetics or my facial structure. So if you're just prone to having dark circles or bags or whatever, then that's when makeup application comes into play. When dealing with mature under eyes, it is very, very important that you limit the amount of product that you put underneath your eyes, because you then run the risk of those products starting to cake up on you, and then you end up drawing unwanted attention to that area. So I'm going to show you a couple of options that you might want to test out for yourself. And you want to start with your sunscreen. So I use a tinted mineral sunscreen, but you can also use an untinted sunscreen. And yes, I'm talking about the one that leaves the white cast. So basically, in this case, your sunscreen is acting as double duty. Not only is it providing you the sun protection, but it's also already starting to help you with concealing your eyes. If you're able to cover up your darkness with your concealer, then that's great. But if you're having to apply a lot to cover up that darkness, another great option for you is using a color corrector. And what those do is they help neutralize that discoloration, and at the same time using a lot less product. So let me show you how I would use a color corrector. The one I'm going to use is an orange, but the way I am going to do it is adding just a tiny dab of it and combine it with my concealer. And that way I'm basically applying two different products, but one smooth layer. And that way I can really keep the product very thin and light. So I'm kind of combining my concealer with that color corrector. And then I'm going to apply it the same way I always do, is where the darkness is, and then here. Is right along that trough line. And then you just start spreading it. And then I wipe it off, wipe the extra product off. Because now that we've gotten it where we want it, it's just a matter of basically pressing it in and tapping off all of the excess product. So I'm going to go in with my finger and gently pat. And as you can see, you know, it's very bright. So then I go ahead and let that product just kind of settle while I do my foundation. Just taking it up to the under eyes, but not over it. You want to keep that just one layer. What I like to do before adding my powder is going ahead and just, again, with the warmth of my finger, just taking off anything that might have settled into those lines. Like that. And then follow that up with a nice brightening setting powder. There you go. And then just sweep away any excess. There you go. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in seeing the other videos in this series, please subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I hope you have a great day.